फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello and welcome to Cricket Next. मैं हूं सौम्य कपूर and we have a big breaking that MS Dhoni has stepped down as the CSK captain. Well, the photo posted on the Indian Premier League social media account shows Ruturaj Gaikwad as the captain of the CSK team and not MS Dhoni. Well, to talk more about this, I have with me Sahil Malhotra and will be shortly joined by Krish Srivastava. Sahil, captain of surprises, has surprised us once again. All of a sudden ये group photo आता है captains का, just specifically mentioned है that it's only Jitesh Sharma who is the vice captain of the PVK side and representing Punjab Kings, and others are the captain. What do you make of this surprise, and how do you see this?
It's typical CSK and MS Dhoni way of doing things, right? And they've just released an official statement after everything has gone down south on social media. Everyone is talking about this, and the official statement is very interesting, right? It doesn't say step down. It doesn't say anything else. It says MS Dhoni hands over captaincy to Ruturaj Gaikwad. So I think वो दो तीन शब्दों के अंदर बहुत बड़ा message छुपा हुआ है कि they are looking at a transition and they want that transition to happen when MS Dhoni is around. They don't want a knee-jerk kind of situation before the mega auction in 2024 ahead of the 2025 season. So they want their leader to be ready. They don't want a Ravindra Jadeja episode to be repeated where they handed over captaincy to someone and then took it back and gave it to MS Dhoni. So अब मजा आने वाला है. MS Dhoni ka last dance has officially begun. The long hair is there. His friends will be in attendance at Chepauk watching the opening game against RCB. So this is it, and good luck to people who are looking to buy tickets at Chepauk. किसी के हाथ कुछ नहीं आने वाला.
Okay, and on that note, I'll like to welcome Krish Srivastava as well.
Hi.
Hi, Srini. Srini, again, I was just talking to Sahil about the surprises that MS Dhoni gives us, and once again, that's another one. पहले एक फोटो आता है, उसके बाद CSK का रिलीज आता है.
Okay, okay. Rutu was always, the captain in the making. They were grooming him. I technically in hindsight, I was a bit surprised when the Jadeja thing happened. Maybe they were experimenting. There's no saying for sure. But Rutu was CSK sees Rutu as a homegrown kid. Okay, they identified him from the domestic circuit. They kind of backed him with that confidence to kind of open for them. They empowered him with the role and the responsibility, and he grew well within the franchise. I mean, he's got a very strong and a very confident head on his shoulders, and these were aspects to his cricket that CSK took a great liking to. Not just the current captain MS Dhoni, also the CSK owner, Mr. Srinivasan. I remember having this long chat with him in 2020 when the IPL had moved to the UAE because of the pandemic. And I remember having this chat with Mr. Srinivasan where he was telling me, there is this young boy, you should take a look at him. He's fantastic and he's going to be our mainstay. And the kindness and the soft spoken this thing with which he mentioned Rutu was indication enough that this talent was very loved by the CSK camp. And no surprises there. They backed him. He grew confident. I think he's embraced the role very well. He has been to CSK from an India standpoint what Devin Conway has been from a New Zealand or from an overseas player standpoint. So he's as good as that, or nothing less. And he's got a bright India future also. So keeping all of this in mind, I think it was a very prudent call on behalf of CSK. This was coming. Does that mean MS Dhoni is going anywhere? No. Not this year, not the next, not the next, not the next. MS Dhoni कहीं नहीं जा रहा है. वो है वहाँ पे. वो हैंड ओवर कैप्टनसी है, बट वो ठीक है. हैंड ओवर है, हैंड बैक भी हो सकता है, फिर हैंड ओवर हो जाएगा, फिर हैंड बैक हो जाएगा. घर का मामला है. तो उसका कोई ये नहीं. एंड मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ कि बात फिर आई विल लाइक टू रिपीट इट. आई लाइक टू रिपीट इट दैट CSK and MS Dhoni is not like Virat Kohli and RCB. It's not like Rohit Sharma and Mumbai Indians. It's not like any player and the franchise. It is very different. It is a family member who captains the franchise. So it is it is the only ecosystem that survives like that, and well, I
Yeah,
mean, no complaints. They won 6 titles, so
yeah,
whatever they do well.
yeah, yeah. But Sahil, you just mentioned it can be MS Dhoni's last dance. You take the cue not from the what the players say of what what the team management says. You take cues from very different aspects, and just like you have taken a cue that वो जो एक लंबे बाल दिख रहे हैं MS धोनी के, वो शायद रिटायरमेंट की तरफ इशारा कर रहे हैं इस सीजन के बाद. वो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, ये ये दिखने वाला है, या ही विल प्ले अनदर सीजन, ही माइट बी सीन इन अनदर सीजन, considering the kind of things we have, like impact player probably.
See, with MS Dhoni, it will be just a social media post, right? Since so and so consider me retired, मैं पल दो पल
Yeah.
का शायर हूँ. You never know. Just like his test captaincy, you never knew when it was coming. So it is going to be similar with the IPL too. But जिस तरीके का build-up रहा है, I'm picking cues in the last 6 months. He underwent the knee surgery because he was desperate to play this season. And the moment he started growing the hair back, I found something fishy. वो बाल वापस आ रहे हैं. Those are like, so he had two kind of long hair looks, right? One was the straightish hair look later
Yeah.
in his career, and the one was the fizzy hair which he's sporting right now. And
Yeah.
the build is slightly muscular as it was when he started his journey with the Indian cricket team. And then
Yeah.
I met his very close friend Param when I was covering the test match in Ranchi. I can't say whatever I discussed with him, but what I picked from him that the friend is going and traveling for the first game at Chepauk. That friend has never shut the shutters down on his shop to watch MS Dhoni play. He's making an exception this time around. So what is keeping Param away from the shop? It has to be a special reason, right? It has to be a reason that he doesn't want to miss his friend probably playing the last opening game of the season at Chepauk. No one wants to miss that. So मैं तो मतलब वो छोटे छोटे इशारे पकड़ रहा हूँ और अपनी दाल की खिचड़ी पका रहा हूँ. अब वो बीरबल साहब तो MS धोनी है, वो ही बताएंगे कि वो कैसा बनेगा, कि अगले साल फिर दिखेंगे. बट जैसा श्रीनी ने कहा कि आपको CSK फैमिली में तो वो जरूर दिखेंगे, बट एज अ प्लेयर कैपेसिटी आई हैव अ स्ट्रॉन्ग हंच दिस कुड वेल बी इट, बिकॉज आई was picking cues from what he told Harsha Bhogle at the post IPL final press conference. He said, I owe it to the fans for the kind of love they showed me this season. Last season probably was it because injury concern bhi tha. But just he wanted to give that one last parting shot to the Chepauk fans, and no better opportunity than this one. CSK RCB opener, मजा आने वाला है.
बट साहिल, आई
You know,
रिमेम्बर वो बैट्स के जो स्टिकर्स का भी एक बात था लास्ट सीजन में, दैट वाज इट कि यार ये ही स्टार्टेड ऑफ फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट स्टिकर ही यूज्ड टू, सारे सबको एक्नॉलेज किया जा रहा, वो भी एक क्यों था. तो आई यू कांट रियली मतलब
अब तो
जज नहीं
प्राइम
कर सकते
स्पोर्ट्स आ गया
आप.
है. पहले तो लास्ट ईयर लास्ट वैम्पायर था, सो अब प्राइम स्पोर्ट्स है. और अभी भी इट इज टिपिकल MS धोनी. आई एम टेलिंग यू, ही इज सच अ shrewd person in this sense. No, he is keeping everyone guessing. In the nets he is still not using the prime sports sticker. वो नेट्स में
Yes.
अभी भी एक्सेस से बैटिंग कर रहा है. बट जिस
Yeah.
तरीके से बिल्डअप चल रहा है, वो मैच में आके आपको कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, प्राइम स्पोर्ट्स का स्टिकर एकदम अनवील हो जाए मैच पे, अभी ही कीप एवरीवन गेसिंग. वो प्राइम स्पोर्ट्स का जैकेट भी पहन रहा है, जब अपने दोस्तों के साथ बैठता है उसका लोगो भी दिखा रहा है. और परम को उसने अभी नहीं बोला है मैं खेलूंगा कि नहीं खेलूंगा, दोस्त को भी कंफ्यूज कर रखा है. यही ब्यूटी है इस आदमी की यार, ये सबको कंफ्यूज करके रखता है.
True. Yashin, you were saying something.
no, I was saying that something very strange and very nice happened. I was saying in 15, 16 years, I don't remember ever getting a call from someone in CSK saying, Shini, why don't you come for one of the games? It's like this time they were like, why, please come over for one of the games. We want you to be around, be here. I was like, Acha, कुछ special है. I was like talking to her, कुछ special है क्या? नहीं नहीं, like come. So I was like, okay. That said, I just want to add here. Um, it's in nobody's interest, and it isn't to nobody's benefit that MSD says goodbye formally. You know, it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help CSK. It doesn't help brand IPL. It doesn't really do anybody anything. I'll give you an instance. I'll give you an example. अगर MS धोनी बोलेगा अच्छा मैं रिटायर हो रहा हूँ, तो रिटायर होके क्या होगा? फिर वो चला जाएगा? फिर वो क्या मतलब ही विल नॉट लुक बैक एट IPL और ही विल नॉट बी अराउंड विद CSK? वो तो होने नहीं वाला, राइट? We all know that he's as integral a part of CSK as it gets, right? What integral? I mean, it is his franchise. He's going to run that franchise. So when you say that, why should he say, okay, I'm retiring? Because the moment he says I'm retiring, CSK's brand value obviously kind of, then I mean, it's with Dhoni, without Dhoni wala scenario, to chahiye hi nahi na. So why will they want to walk that path? So it is for that reason that I say that MSD will be यही साल देख लो शायद हो सकता है वो he may be in and out of the 11 as an impact player, or as someone who will like kind of play bit and pieces role. Next year he'll only carry drinks. The year after that he'll probably only sit in the dugout. He can do, it's his free will, like he can do whatever, there's no stopping him. As I said, it's his franchise, and he's got all the freedom, yeah, to take those calls. So going away is not one of those options, because it affects the ecosystem in multiple other ways. So until CSK grow out of his shadow, can see the answer here is, can the franchise grow out of his shadow? If it can show potential to grow out of the MSD shadow, then maybe perhaps one fine day he'll say, okay, this year I'm not coming to Chennai. I'll like go fishing, whatever.
Srini,
So
I have a question here for you. We're talking about the brand value. I understand. IPL is totally a different ball game altogether. But if you remember the Indian team, he stepped away. और उसके बाद वो चले गए थे. There was just that one World Cup जहाँ where he went as a mentor. So will he do that with CSK? Like, will he be around CSK ecosystem still? Because he's not that
मैं
kind
वही
of
तो बोल रहा हूँ
of a yeah. Sorry.
मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ
Yeah.
He's not, मतलब विल ही बी अराउंड का सवाल ही नहीं उठता है, वो उसका फ्रेंचाइज है. वो इंडियन टीम में ही वाज जस्ट अनदर प्लेयर लाइक एनीवन एल्स. एमएस इंडियन टीम में जैसे विराट कोहली था, जैसे रोहित शर्मा है, वैसे एमएस धोनी था, राइट? जैसे सचिन था,
Yeah.
जैसे कोई भी प्लेयर था, राइट?
Hmm.
बट with CSK that's not the case. You are looking at literally the player owner. You're literally looking at a man whose franchise it is.
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't think where am I falling short in explaining this. Like, it's this guy's home. So he
Hmm.
doesn't need to go anywhere and come back anywhere. I'm saying, will there be a time when he'll say, yeah, this year, give me a break, yeah. You all carry on. मैं थोड़ा छुट्टी बना के आता हूँ. The point is, can he do that? Because if he's not there, what if whatever the whoever is on the CSK jersey will say, बॉस
Hmm.
ये आदमी नहीं है तो मैं 70 करोड़ नहीं दे रहा हूँ, फिर आप मेरे से 40 ले लो, ठीक है? So that probably he being there, but not in the playing 11 maybe, but he being
Hmm.
there in the ground maybe brings that 70 down only to 60. That's it, not to
Hmm.
40. Get my
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
So these are subtle changes. And as I said, in time to come, what's his age? 41, 42, right? 42 going
42.
on
Yeah.
43.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at some point he will also have to take like everybody tends to like grow old, grow up with other likes and dislikes, whatever. Point is, in the near future or in the distant future, can the franchise and can the ecosystem grow out of the MSD shadow? Who knows? Rutu wins them back to back titles,
Hmm.
and probably that's it. Then people say, boss, the new MSD has arrived. Khatam.
Yeah.
you know
Okay.
it could be any of those things. So as I said, you'll have to wait for one of those
Hmm.
moments. Until then, CSK is like the phantom. MS
Yeah.
Dhoni, if you were to ask, he's like the
This
phantom in the CSK camp, the ghost who
I guess
walks.
there's some technical issue with Shini.
Yeah, he's like the phantom in the CSK
Yeah.
ecosystem. He's like the ghost who walks, not going away anywhere.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sahil, I have
All
a
right.
couple of questions
I
to
agree.
you now. No. Okay. Okay.
I think Srini has to leave. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Shini.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, Sahil, I have a couple of questions for you. What if CSK encounters the same problem, same thing, same not problem, same situation, the way they encountered when Ravindra Jadeja was given the captaincy? Will they stick upon Ruturaj ki, okay, that's fine, just move on, just go ahead with your leadership role, and we back you, or they will again go back to MS or find an alternate?
See,
What is
Soumya,
your
Abhi,
thought?
right now, I don't think they are in a position to kind of go back to MS Dhoni because
Hmm.
it's a make or break kind of situation for them. They definitely need a stable captaincy option They've looked beyond Ravindra Jadeja now for good, because Ravindra Jadeja didn't look comfortable when he was handed over captaincy. A lot of bad blood kind of happened there, so let's leave it there. But Abhi, if they don't groom Ruturaj Gaikwad right now, when MS Dhoni is still pretty much available, part of the preseason build-up, part of the preseason camp, he'll be there guiding Ruturaj Gaikwad, all around the season. This is the right time to groom a skipper. 13, 14 games playing with MS Dhoni, probably making it to the playoffs too. You can't time it better. This is it. This has to be the moment. अगर आपको स्किपर ग्रूम करना है तो यही आपके पास सीजन था, और अगर आप अभी फिर वापस चले गए, फिर बंटा ढार हो जाएगा फ्रेंचाइज का. ਫਿਰ there will be no coming back. If you kind of go back to MS Dhoni again, it means that you are in deep trouble when you approach the IPL mega auction. So the sign right now is pretty much clear. Before the mega auction, they want a captain ready, and they are looking at Ruturaj Gaikwad as that option for a couple of years now. At least he was in the leadership group. He was being talked about in the CSK circles. He could be the player. As Srini said, people talk very fondly of him, about his character on the field, about his character off the field, his skills, for what he's managing to do with the Indian cricket team, how they are looking at him as an all-format player for the Indian cricket team. So all these things kind of add up. And this is the time to launch your skipper. And this is perfectly timed. Typical MS Dhoni timing.
Yeah. Okay. And the second one is, if Ruturaj Gaikwad takes them to the playoffs, have a good season, probably not win the trophy or win the trophy, a couple of seasons go like that, can CSK come out of that? वो एक shadow ही बन गया कि MS धोनी के बाद कौन, वो उससे बाहर आ पाएंगे? The fans
बिल्कुल
problem.
आना पड़ेगा.
I'm talking about the fans, not the management.
आना पड़ेगा. ये void आपको तब भी feel हुआ था when Sachin Tendulkar was playing for Mumbai Indians. I'm not comparing the stardom of two great cricketers, but I'm saying कि all these questions, कल को विराट कोहली बोलता है I'm hanging up my boots, I'm not playing the IPL. So RCB need to look at a life beyond Virat Kohli too. Similarly, CSK, no matter how hard it will be for them and the fans, but there has to be life after MS Dhoni when he's not there doing wicket keeping for them. Probably sitting in the dugout in some sort of capacity or the other, just like Tendulkar right now is for Mumbai Indians. But abhi agar aap youngster ko groom nahi karoge, to you don't want to be in a situation where there is a root shock when you head into the mega auction. So this is preparation. This is preparation for what lies ahead. Preparation for the next 7-8 years when you press reset button at the mega auction.
And how much, what will be going on this man's mind, Ruturaj Gaikwad? He's taking the baton from from the finest cricketer, from the finest captains that the world cricket has ever seen. From taking the baton from him, कितना pressure होगा ये? Yeah, it's a good team, balanced team. वो जाके सिर्फ lead कर, कैसा लग रहा होगा?
I think he should be in a wonderful space right now. He will be on cloud 7. Why cloud 7? Because he's taking it from jersey number 7. So he'll be on cloud 7 right now, considering that he'll be getting the captaincy baton from none other than MS Dhoni. So he couldn't have asked for anything better than this. And he has a squad. He has the support personnel around him, the likes of Stephen Fleming and all those guys. Those are like sharp cricketing brains out there. And CSK, one thing you have to give it to them, they don't tinker around too much. Whether it's the support staff, whether it's the squad, they like to carry the family together. And that is clearly what Ruturaj would like as an atmosphere to express himself. अब सोचो ना, had Ruturaj Gaikwad gone to SRH and led there, वो तो game set match हो जाता ना पहले सीजन में. It's a good franchise. You have a good captain already. You have a good former captain already there to guide you all around. He couldn't have asked for a better start.
Okay. I have a very interesting comment here from Umesh. He's saying CSK should have waited for another year and brought established captain. Ritu isn't proven at international stage yet.
This is what CSK does, right? As Srini said, Ruturaj Gaikwad is your homegrown player. They have grown him into an India property right now. He was just doing well in the white 50-over format, list A format. From there, they kind of picked him up for the Chennai Super Kings, played him in one half of the IPL, if I'm not wrong, जहाँ पे उसने end में आके half centuries लगाई थी.
Yeah.
After that, MS Dhoni comment that he doesn't see spark in the youngsters. Then this youngster probably showed the spark which was missing at top of the order ever since we saw the exit of likes of Michael Assi and others, and the people who have opened for CSK in the past. So Ruturaj Gaikwad coming and doing what he did in the IPL with the bat, that formidable partnership with Devon Convoy now. So I think that speaks volumes of the fact that they've grown this player. They want to grow him into a leader now, and they don't want a safe option of probably getting an established player as the captain who doesn't really understand the ethos of the brand, the way they operate, the way they function. And Ruturaj Gaikwad has been seeing that, right? He has been seeing that from close quarters.
Yeah.
He understands the brand mindset, the brand philosophy, and you can't have a better player than the one you have grown from the domestic circuit.
ओके ओके लास्टली साहिल यू नो एमएस जब सोचते हैं तो बहुत दूर का सोचते हैं एंड वो इंडियन टीम जो होती है ना उनके दिमाग में हमेशा रहती है डू यू थिंक ही हैज यू नो पुट अप अ प्लेयर जो शायद वो एक एक ऑप्शन बन सकता है इंडियन टीम के लिए
See, Soumya, that is looking too far ahead. I think that is looking too far ahead. I think we'll have to wait
Okay.
for his season to unfold. Because IPL works, IPL is a different beast. Yeah, there are a lot of things at play. You are dealing with people from different places. You know, different regions. आपको वो स्क्वाड चलाना और एक महाराष्ट्र का स्क्वाड चलाना या एक इंडिया का स्क्वाड चलाना बहुत अलग अलग चीजें हैं. क्योंकि यहाँ पे IPL में lot of forces are at play, a lot of external factors you need to take care of. So keeping all those things in mind, it's not an easy place to be in, being an IPL captain, and especially when you are being handed over the baton by none other than MS Dhoni. आपका हर एक move will be scrutinized. अरे MS होता तो ये करता. But thankfully for Ruturaj Gaikwad, MS will be there just like
Will be
this,
there.
standing with his hands behind the waist, guiding him all along. So अभी आपको ऋतुराज गायकवाड द कैप्टन का पूरा इंप्रेशन शायद देखने को ना मिले. This will be a hand holding season. कि मैं हाथ पकड़ के तुमको दिखाऊं कप्तानी कैसे करते हैं IPL में. So,
Yeah,
but
okay.
next season he'll be better prepared, better equipped with the mental challenges of captaincy, about not letting captaincy affecting your batting. So big season here for Shubman Gill and Ruturaj Gaikwad in particular. Two players
एंड
who
एक्चुअली
haven't let.
एक्चुअली आई वाज कमिंग टू दिस ओनली यू नो शुभमन गिल के बारे में तो हमें पता है कि वो एक व्हेन हार्दिक वेंट वो बहुत ऑफिशियली अनाउंस हो गया था इट वाज
Yeah.
यू नो उनको उनको 1.5-2 महीना मिला है उस माइंड सेटअप में आने के लिए ऋतुराज से ऑफ कोर्स ऐसे सरप्राइज नहीं मिला होगा उनसे भी बातचीत हुई होगी बट यू नो एक जब वो एक लाइमलाइट मिल जाता ना कि नाउ यू द कैप्टन बॉस तो वो कहीं ना कहीं प्रेशर एंड यू नो टूर्नामेंट ओपनर यू द कैप्टन यू विल बी गोइंग आउट फॉर द टॉस वो कितना प्रेशर है एज अ बैटर ऋतुराज गायकवाड नॉट द कैप्टन
वही तो ब्यूटी है कैप्टनसी का. तभी all great players haven't been great captains, and great captains don't necessarily become great players. This is what captaincy is. Captaincy to me is a different skill set. Just like your batting, bowling, wicket keeping, fielding, captaincy is an added there. There have been so many players in the past जो अपनी सिर्फ captaincy के चक्कर में खेलते हुए आ गए यार. So मतलब उसके अंदर ऋतुराज will have to find that sweet balance, and we have seen players struggle in the past. Not able to find that balance. वो मेंटली उनकी बैटिंग बहुत इफेक्ट करता है. सो इन दो प्लेयर्स के लिए खासकर ऋतुराज गायकवाड और शुभमन गिल दोनों के लिए बहुत बड़ा साल है. दोनों would consider themselves in the mix for the T20 World Cup, and now the added captaincy responsibility. So अब अगर flourish कर गए तो then there is no looking back.
True, true. Okay, we have some comments coming here. Sahil will quickly take them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pranshu. Sahil Jitesh is in the image. The one was also out. He's asking. I guess
No.
we
I
have
think
explained this.
IPL handle has officially said that all
Yes.
captains and only one vice
Only
captain,
vice
which is
captain, yeah.
Jitesh. So probably, I'm guessing that Shikhar Dhawan probably was practicing, had some sponsor commitments, or probably a minor niggle. I don't know. So that is why he hasn't traveled.
Niggle in double quotes.
Yeah.
Niggle in double quotes. Okay, next one, please. Okay, after this move, should we see then this IPL as MSD's final one, Sahil?
Looks like a final IPL as a full-fledged player for sure, because the cues are strong enough, the signals are strong enough. He could well be in the dugout, he could well be in the corporate box sitting and watching proceedings at Chepauk next season onwards. But will he be walking out with those camouflage keeping gloves and that big-sized batting pads? I'm not really sure. I see this as the last season as a
Okay.
player.
Okay. Umesh, does Dhoni as player make it into the CSK playing 11? That's an interesting one, though. Sahil.
Absolutely yes. Because he, even last season, I clearly remember that he played more than a couple of cameos where he just came and swung his bat, and this is what. And see, he's not playing himself as a player who would do the dirty work of stabilizing the middle order or finishing the job. वो प्रो राटा बेसिस पे बैटिंग करने आ रहा है. जब नीड लगता है आके बस बैटिंग कर दिया. He would be disappointed कि लास्ट जो मैंने उसके अहमदाबाद में मैच देखे थे, आई थिंक Chennai wala Chepauk wala knockout or Ahmedabad wala final, he got out very cheaply.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mohit Sharma cover, short cover, Hardik Pandya ने catch लिया था. I think he got out for a duck if I'm not wrong in that final game. So खुद के रन उस जगह पर नहीं आए, but इसने ऐसा नहीं किया कि मैं जाके वो काम करूंगा. He's pushing the people in the squad to do the difficult work, and he's just kind of observing things from the sidelines and doing what is required for CSK just to marshal the troops in the best possible manner.
I just recollected that final, Sahil. You just mentioned that about that. MS Dhoni being MS Dhoni, कैप्टेंसी तब खत्म हुआ, तो कैप्टेंसी तब हटे एक ट्रॉफी हाथ में लेकर के.
Correct. So and
That's-
he couldn't have asked for a better exit as IPL
yes,
captain यार.
IPL
मतलब
captain,
लास्ट
yes.
टाइम अब रोहित शर्मा का लास्ट मैच अगर आप याद करोगे, क्या एलिमिनेटर आ रहे थे ये? हाँ,
एलिमिनेटर
एलिमिनेटर
हारे,
आ रहे थे.
एलिमिनेटर हारे
हाँ,
थे.
अब MS धोनी का लास्ट मैच 2 बॉल पे 10 रन चाहिए, छक्का चौका,
चक्का
जडेजा
चौका.
गोदी के अंदर. मतलब these right, I don't know how he writes these scripts यार, but he just manages to do them like no other. He manages to write his scripts like no other player possible, and it's an absolute
So
delight and
international,
privilege to be under the same roof as him when he's
yeah.
playing. It's madness.
इंटरनेशनल करियर भी तो ऐसे ही स्क्रिप्ट बनाना पूरा एक, जो इंटरनेशनल करियर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम रन आउट, ठीक है, हमारे लिए बहुत बहुत बड़ा हार्ट ब्रेक था, गेटिंग डिसमिस ऑफ रन आउट, वो एक full circle. I don't know how exactly, how I am still surprised how does he come that full circle, complete that full circle. Okay, next one
Correct.
please. Dhoni should have finished as captain. uh, okay, Ravi Kiran, what would be the role of MS Dhoni from now on? I guess we have talked about it at length.
Correct. It will be same as last year, yeah. It will be same as last year. What he was doing last year as a batter, probably you would see him in that minimal kind of role, because it's more of his leadership and just kind of helping the management identify the players to be retained for next season, preparing
Yeah.
a short list for the mega auction. अभी lot मतलब मैं ये सीजन के बाद आप देख रहा IPL का इकोसिस्टम कैसे चेंज होने वाला है. It will
Yeah.
change.
I just want to ask you, साहिल, ये वैसा ही दिखेगा कि जैसे विराट के पास जब कैप्टनसी थी, तो एक टाइम ऐसा आता था जब MS धोनी फील्ड प्लेस करते हुए दिखते थे, तो क्या CSK में भी ऐसा हो सकता है?
हाँ बिल्कुल होगा यार. वो तो जडेजा के टाइम पे भी हुआ था. यू कांट कीप हिम आउट ऑफ एक्शन फॉर सो लॉन्ग. मतलब मसल मेमोरी किक्स इन. नो, वो
Yeah.
कुलदीप यादव ने एक इंटरव्यू में कहा था ना, माई भाई ऐसे करते हैं, ऐसे ना 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 ना. वो किसी को समझ नहीं आता, पर जो प्लेयर साथ में खेल रहे होते हैं उनको एक एक सिग्नल, एक एक क्यू पता रहता है कि बॉस तला ये बोलना चाह रहा है. मैं
Yeah.
तो चेन्नई वालों का सोच रहा हूँ यार. मतलब वहां वो एग्मोर ECR रोड के ऊपर क्या हाल होने वाला है. नाउ दैट इज लाइक एक और स्ट्रॉन्ग हिंट आ गया है. I got repeated requests for tickets for the opening game, so अब तो मैं D&D पे डालने वाला हूँ. अब तो चांस ही नहीं है यार. अब तो मीडिया एक्रेडिटेशन का BCCI को, जर्नलिस्ट को अप्रूवल देने में वांदे पड़ जाएंगे कि किस किस को अंदर घुसाना है.
Exactly. Okay, before we take the other comments, एक चीज और मैं पूछना चाहूंगा साहिल. इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर रोल है हमारे पास,
Yeah.
and if he uses that, MS is someone जो ये रूल्स को बहुत अच्छे से he utilizes them well. तो क्या ये एक साल और दे सकते हैं? Just be there, आप 20-30 बॉल खेलिए and just sit out and mentor the team from the dugout. कुछ ऐसा हो सकता है क्या CSK?
कीपर बैटर है भाई, वो कीपर बैटर है.
Probably just
For him those 20 overs wicket keeping are more crucial than those 20 minutes he would spend out there with the bat. That's
no,
how
because
I look at this leg of MS Dhoni's career.
but the other thing about this is, other phase about this is कि यार जितना वो fans को how much he wants to give it back, if he can do it just by playing 10-15 balls as an impact
अब
player, क्या वो
देखो भाई फैंस का तो पेट ऐसा है, भरेगा नहीं कभी. When it comes to MS Dhoni, they would keep asking for more. But impact player is actually there to create an impact. And right now, MS Dhoni, 42 turning 43, even he's well aware about the limitations he would have at this stage right now in his career. So he wouldn't want to do something at the cost of the team. He underwent surgery because he wanted to play the season as a fit MS Dhoni. Initially, after he underwent the knife, there were speculations कि शायद ना आए, but it would depend on how his knee reacts after the surgery. When that went fine, it was only then that सब sort हो गया कि yes, now he'll be playing. But he wouldn't do something just to please the fans at the cost of the franchise, at the cost of the team. Franchise first, team first, obviously fans also first, but then I think it will be too risky a move.
Yeah. Okay, next one please. Ashutosh, please discuss Gaikwad's record as captain domestic cricket. I hope it's not just because of Asian Games. Sahil.
No, it's not just because of Asian Games, and it's not just because of what he has done for Maharashtra as captain. Similarly, how it was for Shubman Gill, because he also did not have a captaincy record to speak of. Similarly, for Hardik Pandya, who did not have a captaincy record to speak of. Similarly, for Sanju Samson, when Rajasthan Royals appointed him as captain, he also did not have a captaincy record to speak of. So, all these things. Similarly, for Virat Kohli, when
Virat
he was
Kohli, yes, I was coming to
आरसीबी
that. Yeah.
कैप्टन, सो ही वाज जस्ट लीडिंग दिल्ली बिफोर दैट, राइट? सो ऐसे आपको केसेस आईपीएल के अंदर दिखेंगे, बिकॉज यू वांट certain players to be established. Yeah,
Shane
Soumya.
Warne. Shane Warne.
Yeah,
He
शेन
had no
वॉर्न, उसको तो
captaincy
ऑस्ट्रेलिया
record.
में नहीं कोई पूछता था कैप्टनसी का कैंडिडेट के लिए. सो राजस्थान रॉयल्स knew the kind of great player and the great cricketing brain he was, and hope he rests in peace. But he kind of set that trend of getting those captains who have the sharpest brains, who could be used in the IPL.
Who was the captain when Deccan won? Adam Gilchrist.
Adam Gilchrist.
Yeah, even he wasn't. He was there as a deputy for Ponting, if I'm not mistaken.
हाँ,
But
मतलब
captaincy उन्होंने
not in
कभी
a
नहीं
full
करा.
time,
Yeah.
not in a full
Full
time
time.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, IPL
So
goes in that
IPL,
manner.
this is IPL dynamics completely work in a different way यार. You मतलब आप सिर्फ कैप्टनसी एलिमेंट नहीं देखते, आपको एक
Yeah.
ब्रांड भी क्रिएट करना है. You want to create that brand, you want to create that recognition, you want to create that recall value for your brand, and it will only come with players. And अब आप देख रहे हो जेनजी का वेव आ गया है पूरा. हार्दिक to Shubman Gill, Sanju Samson तो has been since like 15 years
I
now.
would
और ऐसा
also I would also count Jitesh being the deputy to Dhawan.
हाँ,
I guess
जितेश, I don't
PKs are
really know,
looking.
considering पंजाब किंग्स कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, मिनी ऑक्शन से
हाँ.
पहले रिलीज
तो
कर दी. ये कुछ भी करते हैं. And Rishabh Pant, यार, how can
Rishabh
we
Pant.
forget Rishabh Pant? When Rishabh Pant was made the captain of Delhi Capitals, वो कहाँ लीड किया था? ऋषभ पंत का कैप्टनसी रिकॉर्ड दिल्ली रणजी ट्रॉफी का ऐसा था कि एक सीजन के बाद उससे कैप्टनसी ले ली गई थी, because it was affecting his batting. Delhi Capitals made Rishabh Pant the captain even when Shreyas Iyer returned to complete
To
fitness.
complete
They
fitness, yes.
persisted with Rishabh Pant. So franchises completely work in a different way, and they don't really read too much into what the player has done as captain in the previous editions, or probably as captain in the domestic sides या DY Patil tournament. ये सब मैटर नहीं करता. मतलब 20 ओवर के गेम के अंदर आपको अच्छा मैन मैनेजर चाहिए, अच्छा प्लेयर चाहिए जिसके इंस्टिंक्ट स्ट्रांग हो. You just have to react and act as per the situation.
Yeah. Even Warner भी जब वो SRH जीते थे 2016 में, he wasn't that, मतलब उनका कोई ऐसा कुछ था नहीं.
Exactly. मतलब
उससे एक
आप
साल
ये
पहले
सारी
क्लार्क was the captain of the
हाँ,
World Cup side.
करेक्ट. सो ऐसा
Okay,
जरूरी
yeah.
नहीं है यार कि किसी का 99% विन रिकॉर्ड होगा तो वही कैप्टन बन सकता है. ऐसा कहीं नहीं लिखा, कोई आईपीएल रूल बुक में नहीं लिखा.
Yeah. Okay, next one please. All said and done, CSK did wrong to Jadeja. How can you judge him by 5 matches? Pranshu is asking Sahil.
I don't know यार, मतलब whether Jadeja was comfortable in that role, about what happened behind the scenes. क्योंकि 5 मैच, आई थिंक प्रांशु इज अ गुड इनफ सैंपल साइज टू जज अ प्लेयर, क्योंकि आप अगर डोमेस्टिक की बात करोगे तो 5-6 गेम से ऊपर नहीं मिलते, और दिल्ली की अगर बात करूंगा तो 2-3 से ऊपर नहीं मिलते, उत्तराखंड की बात करोगे तो 2 नहीं मिलते, बिहार में तो 1 से ऊपर नहीं मिलेगा. सो 5 मैचेस आर अ गुड इनफ सैंपल साइज टू जज अ प्लेयर, एंड इट क्लियरली वाजंट एन आइडियल सिचुएशन फॉर सीएसके लास्ट टाइम अराउंड. जब उन्होंने जडेजा को कैप्टनसी दिया था, वो नहीं होना चाहिए था उस टाइम पे, थोड़ा पहले. मतलब आई डोंट नो यार, इट डिडंट क्वाइट लुक अ सीमलेस ट्रांजिशन, सो टू से. सो आई होप दिस वन इजंट that knee jerk as it was with Jadeja. I hope Ruturaj Gaikwad was informed well in advance, क्योंकि एक दिन पहले तो obviously उसको गूगली नहीं मारेंगे कि बेटा जर्सी डालो और फोटो खिंचवा के आओ. ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ होगा.
And also Jadeja का अपना फॉर्म भी थोड़ा सा डाइसी हो गया था उस टाइम पे.
हाँ, वो डामाडोल हुआ ना, तो वही तो मैं बोला, हर कोई बड़ी बात नहीं, बड़ा प्लेयर, बड़ा कैप्टन, you can't say that in the same breath.
And the kind of player Jadeja is, you should have him in the team even at the cost of his captaincy. उसको as player रहना जरूरी है. Yeah, next one please. Pranchu, if you see the RCB unbox Virat's aura is unmatched, captaincy doesn't matter. RCB also would need one new star Indian player as captain. Yeah, I agree to that. लेकिन RCB जो वो सोचते हैं वही सोचते हैं, हम नहीं सोच पाते. So there are two different sides to it. CSK भी जो सोचता है वो सोचते हैं, हम नहीं सोच सकते. RCB जो सोचता है वो वही सोच सकते हैं, हम नहीं सोच सकते. But दोनों
In different
both
ways.
in different ways, poles apart. Next one please. And from emotional point of view, tomorrow for one last time, Virat and Dhoni should come out for toss and want to chess. This is a nice one.
ये अच्छा बोला प्रांशु. The roof will come down. चेपॉक के टेम्पररी स्टैंड्स गिर के बीच के ऊपर गिर जाएंगे अगर ये हो गया तो. But even that
True.
moment where they'll come out and embrace each other, give a hug,
Yeah.
and meet each other after a very long time, I think tomorrow's game is very, very special. And
Yeah.
after the IPL final in 2023, when I was watching the presentation from right outside the press box, there were two jerseys,
Yeah.
two players. I posted that picture on Instagram. दो लड़के खड़े हुए थे. एक का MS धोनी का जर्सी था, एक का विराट कोहली का जर्सी था. So मैं तभी पोस्ट में लिखा कि we need that repeat at Chepauk. That repeat is happening. First game of the season. मतलब इससे बड़ा टूर्नामेंट ओपनर नहीं हो सकता था. All said and done, MI ho, GT ho, but CSK and RCB, I know CSK and MI have had a classico of sorts in the IPL, but purely talking on the fandom and the fan base and the way the chatter which goes around on social media and in the stands, CSK versus RCB will be the game of the season at Chepauk.
Yes. And that being the opener is just great. Next one, please.
Absolutely.
Two most successful captains won't be leading in 2024 IPL. End of an era. Ravi Shankar is always unhappy. I don't know why.
Yeah. इनको
Just
हॉर्लिक्स
celebrate.
भिजवाओ या इनके टूथपेस्ट में चेक करो नमक है कि नहीं. क्या
नमक है कि
रविशंकर
नहीं.
भाई सेलिब्रेट करो यार.
Okay, next one, please. Now, since MS has stepped down as captain, is he competitive enough to bat? No question about his keeping, but his batting has degraded since 2020, so he pulls himself down. So
Yeah, that's what I said, right? He has understood that 10-12 बॉल से ऊपर का ड्रामा नहीं मचाना है, तो वो उतना ही कर रहा है, and that is not affecting the team by any stretch of imagination. So
yeah, next one, please. So Pranshu is saying tomorrow internet is going. If I can have the comment, please. Yeah, tomorrow internet is going down. Just hope Virat bhai का cover drive and Mahi का एक helicopter उड़ जाए. Myrat hug waiting. Yeah, we
विराट
all
का
are
कवर
waiting
ड्राइव
for it.
नहीं चाहिए भाई, मिड विकेट वाला विप चाहिए. जब वो विप
Whip.
लगता है तो फिर सब विप हो जाता है. एक विप लगवा दो पहले मैच के अंदर, विराट कोहली के 600 रन लोडिंग.
True. Well, Sahil, it's a great news. It's a big news as far as IPL is concerned. And thanks for your insights. Thanks for talking to us. और बहुत
Thank you.
मजा आने वाला है इस IPL सीजन को देखने में, पहले मैच को देखने में. Two former captains playing as the pure batters, wicketkeeper batter MS Dhoni. It's going to be madness. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much for talking to us. We'll connect again on this. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Well, that was Sahil Malhotra talking to us about MS Dhoni's stepping down as the CSK captain. Ruturaj is going to take the baton on from here on, and it's going to be very, very interesting game. It's going to be CSK versus RCB at Chepauk on day one of the Indian Premier League 2024. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this live session. We'll catch again. We'll meet again. Bye-bye. Thank you.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट.